What's up, everyone? I'm Ace. So, I'm going to attempt to do something. Uh, I'm going to attempt to do something that apparently a lot, not everyone, but a lot of people, I'm talking about like 90% of people, are afraid to try. Okay? I am going to attempt to give you the truth, right? And in doing this, oh my gosh. In doing this, it's gonna piss some people off. Well, I'm not scared, and I'm not afraid either. And the only thing that would stop someone from doing what I'm doing would be this concept of fear. I have no fear of what other people say, think, or do. And because of this, I believe that I might just be perfect to do what I'm about to do or attempt. The truth, finding truth, often involves a blend of methods. One approach is through empirical evidence and scientific method, where we test hypotheses and gather data to confirm or refute claims. Another way is through logic and reasoning, what our minds are built to do. Logic and reasoning, and critical thinking, where we carefully examine arguments and ensure they are coherent and free of contradictions. We also consider experiential knowledge, where personal experience and intuition play a role in understanding what feels true. See, there's a difference there between what feels true and what is true. Okay? If I hear something and it's true and it makes me feel a certain type of way, I don't care about that feeling. The truth is still the truth, whether you like it or not. Okay? Which is very important because it's how we base our society and who we are and how we live as people. For instance, if 90% of people have logically and through reason agree that this is the color green, okay, we're going to consider that green. That's how the world works. Okay? Just because 10% grew up and were told that that was red doesn't make it red. It's green. There's a line that must be drawn. The reason I say this is because through my journey and through this life, I've come to realize that if things are contradictory, that means they're not true. They're false, right? Anything false, when it's told to be true, is a lie. I think we can agree on that. If it goes against the truth or contradicts one, then it's false. Fair. Logic and reasoning, we're together. You got this? Got this so far? Okay, cool. Here is a chart of the 12 steps, 12 traditions, 12 promises. That is a list of the contradictions within them. Okay. Step one, powerless over alcohol, lives unmanageable. The claim, you are powerless and lacking control of your life. Okay. Contradictory claim is promise one, we are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. And step 12, we practice these principles and apply regained personal power. You cannot be both powerless and empowered at the same time. The mind doesn't know what to think or do or say or feel or can't break anything down. It's contradiction. A power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Content claim. You're currently insane and need external rescue. Contradictory claim. Fear of people of economic insecurity will leave us implies full mental stability. If sanity is restored through the steps, calling members insane alcoholics contradicts later claims of mental recovery. So every time that you go through these steps, you're saying you're powerless. You're telling your mind that you're powerless. Yet you go and empower yourself, right? And then we're told to start back again and become powerless again. And then what? Okay, keep going. Turn our will and lives over. Claim, surrender your will and decision making to an outside force. Don't think. Don't think. Whatever you do, don't think. Something bad could happen. Fear, right? Control. Don't think. Fear. Something bad can happen. Promise 10. Fear of people and economic. Step 4 through 12 require willpower, responsibility, self examination, and active moral effort. You cannot surrender your will and simultaneously use your will to perform moral inventory and change. So you're saying, I can't control my life, right? Okay. And then you're controlling your life. So, which is it? You can or you can't? Contradiction. Lie. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory. Claim requires fearless, rational self-analysis. Step 2, or contradictory claim. Step 1 and 2, label the alcohol powerless and irrational. If you're powerless and irrational, you're incapable of performing fearless moral inventory. If you are not fearless, you're not doing a moral inventory. Think about that. If you have the fear of death, if you have the fear of someone not liking what you have to say, if you have the fear of public speaking, you're not fearless. Contradiction, false. Follow me? Here we go. Here's another one. Admitted to God the exact nature of our wrongs. Claim requires accurate self-knowledge. Contradictory claim requires this before divine intervention or sanity restoration. So, you're expected to know your exact wrongs before being restored to sanity. In step 2, if you think you're crazy or you don't think you're crazy, you're right. Okay? Let me break that down. If you think you're insane, you will be insane and do insane things. If you think that you're not insane, you won't be insane and do insane things. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Step 6, entirely ready to have God remove all these defects. Okay. Claim God removes defects. You're passive in the process. So you have to wait. Have somebody else or some other entity or energy do it for you. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have external help that we have no proof exists. Continue to take personal inventory requires ongoing personal effort. So, we're waiting for something to happen or we're supposed to do it. I don't know. It's not clear and decisive. It's not logical and through reasoning and doesn't allow for critical thinking. Okay? Okay. If God removes defects fully, why must you continue removing them yourself? Hmm. Hmm. So, you can either wait, uh, about that time, or stop looking at them as defects. Oh, step 7. Humbly ask him to remove the shortcomings. Claim God removes shortcomings directly. Magic. Magic now. The magical energy in the sky changes you. Tradition 7 states, self-supporting through our own contributions stresses personal responsibility and self-sufficiency. Okay. This step encourages divine dependency. Divine dependency. And the tradition requires personal autonomy. Once again, that is 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 contradictions, lies, falsities. Step 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed. Claim requires memory clarity and emotional stability. Early steps, the contradiction, early steps assert powerlessness and unmanageability and insanity. Insanity contradicts the ability to accurately list past harms. Okay. Okay. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. The reasoning behind someone doing the same thing over and over again is because they fail to see the truth. The truth is that what they are doing, what you are doing, what I was doing was not seeing the truth of the matter, unable to see the truth, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I was unable to see that what I was doing was keeping me in this loop of insanity. My choices were keeping me insane. So, logically and through reasoning, the only way to not be insane is to stop doing the same thing over and over again. And how does one do that? They see the truth that what they are doing is not conducive to where they want to go. They become aware that what they are doing is not progressing them to whatever direction they want to go. Definitely, uh, in terms of addiction, the direction is death, quicker, sooner, and the likelihood is inevitable. Just getting there a lot more quicker than others. So, the truth is, if you don't want to die, well, start choosing to do things that make your life last longer, or at least slow down the process of death. Number 9, made direct amends wherever possible. Requires courage, stable judgment, and social competence. Contradiction. We will not regret the past. Contradicts a need to revisit and repair the past. We will not regret the past. Contradicts a need to revisit and repair the past. So there's the past, and you should fix the things that you did, but don't look at it, okay? Don't. Whatever you do. If you do not regret the past, why make amends for it? Exactly, my point. One of my big points that I talk a lot about in meetings and whatnot. Forgiveness is about self. I forgive myself for doing the things that I did in the past. That's all I can do. Any amend, I'm putting an expectation out there that the amend is going to be accepted. And when that amend is not accepted or has the possibility of not being accepted, well, that creates unhappiness, discontent, dis-ease. So in creating this amend, you're actually creating a great chance of dis-ease, keeping you stuck in that cycle of contradictions and lies. I'm recording this so that you understand. You can go back and look at it again. Go back and double check the facts. Go back and see the truth for what it is, what you're told it was. Step 10, continue to take personal inventory. Ongoing, imperfect recovery, defects remain. Promise 12 claims we have ceased fighting anything or anyone. We have been restored to sanity. Step says defects continue. Promises say defects vanish. If you think you have defects, guess what? You got defects. If you don't think you have defects and you were perfect the way you are, guess what? You don't have defects. You don't have anything wrong with you. Okay? You don't. And they vanish. Okay. There's more. Step 11, sought through prayer and meditation. Spiritual dependence is required daily. Hold up. Tradition 6 says no outside enterprise discourages reliance on outside entities. Okay. God becomes an outside enterprise or authority figure. And what happens if you don't believe in God? What happens logically if you don't believe in God? Even if you do, you're depending on him, something that has no proof exists at all. And even if you don't think, guess who becomes your new authority figure? Because according to these steps, you have to have some kind of authority figure. Guess who that authority figure is? Oh, I don't know. A group of drunks. The whole process in and of itself, right? You get stuck in a authoritative business that says you're not expected to give money every week. It's okay. When you come around, you come around. And unfortunately, if you keep coming around, you're going to come around. You're going to keep giving us money, more money, and more money. And guess what? I think my mom, yeah, my mom, so we're 40 years through AA, said one of the smartest things that I ever said. She said to me, and I appreciated this, right? 40 years, I put enough money in there for both you and me. She has. You have. The math is insurmountable. I think it comes to, on the low end, $124 million in the US alone. But they're for the benefit of you. Moving on. Step 12, having had a spiritual awakening, we try to carry this message. Evangelizing is required. Tradition 11, our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion, discourages active promotion. Step requires promotion, tradition forbids it. Step requires promotion, tradition forbids it. Oh, there's more. There's more. Tradition 1, common welfare comes first. Claim, the group is greater than the individual. Promise 6, we will lose interest in selfish things, implies individuality dissolves. Members must prioritize selflessness, but also group welfare, blurring identity and autonomy, blurring it. Another contradiction, another lie. I mean, that's 13 contradictions in the 12 steps, and I can keep going. This is the best part. This is the kicker. Right now, you're thinking, he makes sense. But as soon as you turn this off, the rigorous mental what's the word? Fortification of dependence is going to kick in. And you're going to go to an AA meeting, you're not going to remember any of this. Or I might have just dropped or planted the seed of truth within your mind, which is my whole goal. Because I can't change you. I can't change your thinking. I can't even, I can control myself. That's what I can do, right? And that is the key. I control my mind. I can't control my thoughts. I can only control, I choose to control my responses and my reactions to my thoughts. Okay? Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. I truly want to help. I truly want you to be free. You are perfect just the way you are. If you believe in a God, which incidentally, I do, I just don't believe in the concept that we were taught. I am God, and I'm telling you that you are God. Your consciousness is the energy of God. I want you to awaken. Wake the fuck up. Realize what is controlling you, what you can control, and the wisdom to know the truth. I just can't see the truth of AA truly helping people if it's based in fear, control, and lies. Do the research. Look, seek the truth. If you seek, you shall find. I'm Ace.